It's like one of the most contacting sports there is. I've never seen someone get hurt more than like skateboarding. But like it's you sign up for it, so you gotta be like a little bit crazy.
This is what we do. You keep trying something until you nail it, but unfortunately you pay in blood. Everybody's got an opinion, everybody's wanting to tell you to stop. It taught me, no, you shut that noise out. I'm Kyle Trowbridge, artist, professor of art here at the University of Miami, age 51. How long have I been skating? I think the first time I picked up a skateboard, I was probably about 6 years old. 6 or 7. I have many creative outlets. I'm what you would call a creative. I'm an artist by trade. It is what I do, and I think ultimately those creative tendencies are probably what drew me to skateboarding from the beginning. Everybody has a different take when they're on their board. Everybody you can all sit there and do the same trick, and everybody has sort of a different way of doing it, different look to it. Skateboarding is about adapting to ramps or terrain or whatever it may be, figuring out what you can do in these sort of tight parameters, and very much like art. And as artists, we put ourselves in these tight boxes and we figure out ways to resolve and create the most interesting, say, images or sculpture that we can. And skateboarding is very much like that. They go hand in hand, without a doubt. I think every skateboarder that I've ever known is a creative in some sort of weird kind of way, but they all have these side little passions for drawing, photography, video work. Music obviously is a very big one. I'm a musician as well, you name it. They're always involved in something like that.
Welcome to paradise.
My name is Cole Dupuy. I'm a senior at the University of Miami from Oakland, California. Growing up, my creative outlet was drawing and painting. I was really into arts and crafts growing up. But now my creative outlet is kind of Photoshop and graphic design. Skateboarding is an extremely creative community. Whenever I'm at a skate park, there's a lot of musicians, there's a lot of people are fascinated by clothing. They love to dress really well and really cool. A lot of people actually make their own clothes. People are very creative. I follow a lot of people on Instagram, and I'm always surprised by what they're doing. At a first glance, you don't know what a lot of people are up to at the skate park.
I'm Manoy Vardas. I'm from Tampa, Florida. I'm a senior at Miami, and I'm here to talk about skateboarding. I started skateboarding at 2nd or 3rd grade. Then I started getting into it all throughout middle school. Skateboarding definitely fosters a level of creativity. I think in the way that once you get into it and you start being able to do bigger and harder things on different surfaces, right? On ledges and on rails and downstairs, you start going through life with a different aspect. As in, you'll be driving on the highway and you'll see a rail and think oh, I could definitely pop shove it onto that, or I could definitely kickflip into a back tail onto that. That sense of creativity, you can kind of look at structures and architecture a little bit differently. Skateboarding is an art. It actually is a portrayal of art. Each board is supposed to be a piece of art underneath it, and the beauty of it is destroying it, which I think is an insane way to portray art.
Skateboarders love creativity, and I think creative people tend to be kind of liberal in thought. So the skate community is super diverse.
In an age now where like equality is everything, right? Skaters always had that. You have a skateboard, you're cool. That's it. There was no class sort of warfare. There was no, skateboarding was a common bond, and at any given day, you could be in a parking lot or at a ramp, and you would talk with all sorts of people, diverse from all different backgrounds. And I think that is really what is truly fantastic about skateboarding, and it always was. When I first started skating, we were talking about sort of early 80s, mid 80s. When there was contests being held, the purse was like 250 bucks. Like, people weren't getting rich off of this. So competitions really were a way for just getting all their friends together and skating. It is about the individualism. Everybody pushes themselves to get to a certain level because we just love skating. And it was that was the reason. You got up in a point. Anybody that's been on a board, I think once you first step on a board, just rolling, there is nothing better than that. The one lesson that you learn quickly is perseverance and self-driven motivation. It takes drive, it takes motivation, and no one's there to coach you. Despite slamming into the concrete nonstop, continually hurting yourself, but you kept coming back, and so that idea of just not giving up. Art is very rough that way. Art, for the most part, is a life of rejection, and you grow that thick skin, and it takes a while to grow that thick skin, but get used to it, right? Because the idea is like, hey, whether you guys like it or not, I'm gonna continue to make what I'm making. And skateboarding was the same way. That concept of perseverance, I mean, those are life lessons. Yeah, I just broke my wrist on this, but you know what? I'm coming back in 6 weeks, and I'm gonna freaking nail this trick, and I'm not gonna stop until I hit this thing. What drove me to try to keep pushing myself and skate despite being injured, those same lessons I think transferred over to art making and dealing with a lot of the naysayers. You stay true to yourself, and you stay motivated, you just keep pushing. And so that's probably the biggest lesson I think that I took from it, and continue to take from it.